Okay. I have the 4032A. I think that one has a antenna mounted to the back of it, I think. Or it could have 3 IFs. Mine only has 2 IFs, so um, okay. Well, I don't have this hooked up. I forgot. Okay, anyways, I am working with my scope. Things seem to be a little blurry. I just want to make sure I have nice square waves there. Now I'm going to shut this off here. Things that I haven't done. This little capacitor there that feeds the control grid of this thing is not replaced, to put it that way. I replaced that orange drop there. Actually, when I did the orange drop, I actually thought that was that capacitor, but that's bypassing the control grid. Grid number 2. I don't mean control grid, grid number 2. So I did not do those. So this thing I think is on the filaments. So I replaced this resistor here. This is something I had from the 1970s. It's 36 ohms. It was supposed to be 27. That's on the filaments, and it's going to get hotter than heck, I think. This TV's suited for, what's that? I didn't see that before. Oh, that's that 2K resistor. That looks like crap. I think it's a 2K. Looks like brown, but okay. Anyways, I'm hooked up here. I got some capacitors here. I don't know if they can stay there. Those are those two I paired together for the voltage supply for the audio output tube, and some other things, maybe the horizontal oscillator or something. Anyways, I have this up. I have what a 22 DN6 or 25 DN6. So I'm supposed to be cooking at 130 milliamps. So we'll see. This is sitting here. I don't have the high voltage wire on there that ripped off. Anything else? I have a hoop to cover my filaments there. I have hot to that direction, neutral my direction. Now, this chassis is built like a pickup truck. It's got this portion is hot to AC if you put it in wrong, and this has stuff in here so it's floating. And there's a capacitor there. I think it could be someplace. Well, we won't worry about it. It's on there. Okay, I got rid of that big orange capacitor. This thing is worth 200 volts at 6 amps. So I'm hoping that will do it. I guess that's all I know at this time until I plug it in. And when I plug in, I'll put neutral to the left, so we have a neutral. Safety rules. I use this as a ground to my scope so I can see it. Little wear and tear. I have to get that hooks up to there. I have to get that to the control grid of the horizontal output, so I got to pause. I forgot to do that. And hook my scope up also. Okay. I removed this. I think it's open. I didn't recheck it. I think it reads open, I think. This is the electrolytic that come out. I replaced it with appropriate odds and ends here. Okay, back on. I got my piece of junk running. I think I have the rectifier installed properly. I think. I could swab it and see what the voltage is. Let's hold on. Okay, back on here. So we're figuring go to there. So I got the DC side swabbed. It should be positive voltage. I got this hooked up. This should read 130 milliamps. I got that sitting aside. I got my scope hooked up, and I have this hooked up, I think, for negative. I need a control grid of the horizontal output should be a negative 25 volts, I think. So, hot, neutral, plug it in, safety. See what happens, man. So we got 170 volts. Horizontal coming up. Okay, we got horizontal happening there. Horizontal oscillator. Okay. Let's see when I'm gonna disconnect this thing real soon. So I'm up to 100 amps. I'm supposed to do 130, which is I think 100 line. What we got? 150. Halfway. Okay, I smell hot. I think it's that resistor. I think it's this one on the filaments. Yeah, it's hot. Hot. I gotta get at least, you can see my vertical bumping around there. Let's see what I can do. 148 volts. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect that because I just don't want this here. I just take one spoon out of the bowl of the mix. Okay, let's see. I smell that resistor. It's hotter than heck. Okay, let's do this. Okay, doesn't look like we got the amplitude. Maybe I don't know. Okay, I'm confused right now. I haven't done this in quite a while. So this is supposed to be a negative 25 volts. So I should be able to come down to a 50 volt scale. Right, 50 volt scale. I got negative 27. I'm not going to say my meter's accurate. That's hooked up to the control grid. That resistor, I can really smell it. Okay, so I got this. Let's see if I can see what I can do here. Make it look better. So I don't know. It looks fine to me. And that capacitor is bad. Okay. I don't know what it's doing there, but it's got nice amplitude. I don't know what it is. I'm going to get me a better oscilloscope. This thing's blurring on me. I'm going to get me one of these off of eBay, 100 megahertz solid state, and it will take up to 500 volts for working on guitar amps and stuff. So, okay, I'm going to try to play the game here. If I remember how to operate this thing. Okay, go down. What the hell does it say? I can't read nothing. Jeez. I'm on channel 2, alter channel 2 up here. Let me change our action here. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. Okay, I got something here. I'm just way off frequency. Shit. Okay, there's my vertical. Huh. Okay, let me zero it up here. Let me see. I'm half-assed backwards here. Okay, let me do this. Zero it up. Turn it on. Let's give it one more. What should I do? A little shaky. A little shaky. Maybe I need to adjust the vertical hold. Well, I got too much. Pull back one. So we got vertical happening. Really hot resistor. What do we got? Are these in tens or what? 10, 20, 30, 40, yeah, 10. So I've got 100 and what? lesser than 120. So this is a brand new tube. The other one had pretty good grid 1 leakage. I don't hear nothing. I hear vertical. Where's my sound? I ain't got no sound. Missing sound. I don't hear nothing. Where's the volume? This is this knob is called a pitcher. Okay, I got that. So audio amplifier's working. I have to have boost voltage feeding the audio. The discriminator, I think that runs off at 450 volts. I gotta have voltage there because otherwise I wouldn't have this stuff, would I? Okay, I'll shut it off. I want to see if I got high voltage here. Okay, I do have a meter, but I never made a proper jack to plug it into a meter. I have a 1/4 inch stuff on it, and I gotta pin the tail on it to get it to work. So, okay, we got vertical at this time. We'll go back to see if we can go to horizontal. Where the hell is horizontal? This way. So we got horizontal, got vertical. That's vertical, way off frequency. Vertical is starting to roll. It's got a rolling problem, I bet. Horizontal seems to be nice and stable. I think I should hook up picture tube up. Oh, I think this is my audio problem. Let's pause. Okay, I'm back here. I should disconnect this. I don't know how hot that is. I have my antenna hooked up, so I should have juice. I want to take the wand and get my high voltage checked. But I could probably do a screwdriver up in here. Let me see. Where is it? I don't know even know where it's at. I'm chewing gum to keep my throat in decent shape here. I don't know where it come off. Oh, I see it. I see it. It's got a. Yeah, it's got a. I got to do something with that. Hold on. Back on. We'll put neutral towards neutral. Hot away from neutral. I didn't take that off. I should have. So vertical's happening. Horizontal's happening. Let me see.
I wish I could describe it.
That's volume full blast.
Hey, Fred, that's a pretty good imitation. That wasn't me! See? There it is again.
Where is it? There it is.
It seems to come from that picture over there.
That bitch has been bugging me all night. Take that!
That's full blast on volume. But these speakers take a lot of power
What happens to my money?
to run them. Here's my. So I must be able to put this in and hook up to my stuff and get a picture. I want to try this. I've seen another guy do it with nothing hooked up. Just let's see what happens. I ain't got high voltage. I ain't got no high voltage. Shoot. It could be that capacitor maybe. Well, I have negative voltage. If that capacitor was leaking, my negative voltage would be corrupted. See, I've got negative, I'm on the negative voltage, so I got negative, I don't know, I don't know how, this ain't calibrated, so we got, you know, 27 maybe. Negative, if it was the capacitor leaky, this would go that way and maybe dunk the needle. So it's not a leaky capacitor at this time. We got, I think we got vertical, maybe vertical capacitor, getting resistance while she runs. I don't remember this winding like that. Let's see. Where's vertical? That's on yellow. Okay, whoops, slow it down. We got a gibbery vertical. Let me maybe sync from the proper channel. We got a vertical problem, I think. I don't know which one's vertical hold. I don't know which one it is. Boy, that resistor's getting hot. So that resistor, I want to keep the filament volts down so the TV don't run with like heater to cathode leakage. I should pause this and slip this in the cabinet. Well, I don't have high voltage. I know I don't. Let me check. I'll check. Okay. We're pimping out at, what's it, 10s? 120 milliamps. That should be sufficient. And the 25 CD, was it? Hold on. Back on. What am I looking for? This tube. 25D and 6. Negative 25 volts there, so I got negative 27. There's the capacitor I didn't replace. That's 600 volts. I have sound, so obviously I got video signal, right? Let me see. Well, here's my sound takeoff. Wait a minute. That ain't sound takeoff. What the hell is it? Here's sound takeoff. I guess I'm not able to follow it. Okay, right on the plate of the 6BH8. I think a 6AU8 is a substitute, not a 6U8. That's the stubby. 6AU8 is the tall one. We used to make CB transmitters with those things back in the 70s. I have some of those. Okay. Okay, back to this. Have to check into this. I should be able to get an arc from here. I'll try it. 25D and 6. Back on. I cannot see my trusty Craftsman screwdriver. I suppose if I stick this in here, I should feel a vibration. Should I get electrocuted? Okay. Let's see. Stay away from the glass. I know it wrecks the glass. Just B+. No sawtooth. Why? Something's corrupted. Okay. Let's go back to horizontal here. How do I do that? That way. Looks solid. The vertical was solid at first, I believe, and then it started, I think it started rolling. Looks solid. So, the boost capacitor, did I replace that? I'm not even sure. I gotta measure that 2K resistor. But if I'm drawing the amperage, the tube is running, I think. So what's the problem? I don't know the problem. That sucker's hotter than heck. That top resistor, I gotta check this other one. I put here the 6.8 ohms too, right there. I gotta check and see the temperature of that. Did I lose my sound? Uh-oh. Got a warm-up problem. I'll let it cool down, get this out of there, and see if I can figure out what's with the sound system. Pretty sure this is just for the filaments. This one. Yeah, it's just on the filaments. I'd like to put that little clip up in there, but it's shaded and I have night blindness problems and I can't see in there. It's like a black hole. I'm still concerned about these electrolytics, that there might be a cabinet issue because there was a wire that pressed inside of one of these little crevices, that little rectangle below that oscilloscope probe, and it was bent to that shape, this brown wire, so I have a feeling that might go really close to the front of the steel case cabinet. So I may have to, that 560 ohm was originally there. So, and there's another electrolytic down below that one. Because I got two of them paired together, so I may have to move that up to that spot in the back side where I put those other electrolytics. So I don't know what else I can do here. Again, this is hot. The outlet, if it's, should be neutral, and this is lifted from neutral. Has a 330K and a capacitor that says 1K on it. We still got negative voltage. It dropped a little bit, unless my meter changed. I just turned it on. I'm going to have to zero it up again. But my sound has drifted. So obviously I have a warming up problem. So one of these capacitors are probably causing my vertical problem. No, that's about it. Pausing out here. This is Origin Beginner's Corner. How's the date? Today's November 1st. Yeah, no it ain't. It's October 31st. I get confused on my days. Oh, this. Oh yeah, I see filaments in that one. Let me pop the lights. A little shaky here. So, I'll pause out. I turn this back on for a moment. I repopulated the horizontal output properly. I don't like removing it. It's a very iffy circuit board. So we have that brown colored orange drop. So I disconnected, just in case that thing decides to fail, I disconnected that. And I'm going to have this hooked up there. I just turn this on so it doesn't totally shut down. This is a cell phone. Pausing out. Okay, I found that other component, multi-component thing for the vertical. It's right there. Right there. I wish I could get a proper lighting on it. It's right by that 0.003 I have for. That just goes across that orange drop just goes across the primary windings of that, I think. I think that green plate capacitor I put in, I think that feeds the audio to the control grid of the 12C5, I think, but I'm not sure. Okay, back in. Negative away from neutral. I would think, oh, forgot to do something. This is ground, it's neutral. Okay, we got horizontal. That's full blast on volume.
Now, if your gentlemen will
Okay,
leave your
I won't
coats
touch
here,
the
we'll
tuning.
step into the classroom.
See if it
And
drifts.
I'll introduce you to your dancing teachers.
But I'm pretty sure we don't have any high voltage.
Young ladies.
Grounded.
Chief,
Chicken
lady
shit.
teaches. Hey, I don't think Buddy would like that. It's
I think
only
I'd just
a
get the B
lesson,
plus here.
Bonnie, and education.
That is the
Do I have boost voltage?
Once we learn that, we're on our way.
I don't have a lot of sound, so maybe I don't have boost voltage.
Will you please try it?
Let me see if I can figure that out.
Step.
Yes, ma'am.
Ready?
I'll just pull back. Horizontal's happening. Let me check here. Okay. Boost voltage. See, this is 450 volts on that plate, supposedly. 560K. Whoops. Trickle down, trickle down, trickle down. Wow. 450 volts. I don't know where to find it in a quick moment except for pin 7 of this tube. And then we have a 470 ohm, I think. Am I gonna focus? 470 ohms, yeah. I know I didn't replace that. So if I can get on the back side of that, I should get up in some boost voltage. I'll see if I can find something with pin 7 in that 470 ohms. I should be able to pull that out, but this has been a troublesome thing to find parts. Okay, so I found a 470 ohm resistor there. Wait a minute, right? I don't see a silver on it. Well, it's I'll say yellow, purple, brown. I don't see silver on it. Well, we'll assume it's a 470 ohm. It's got to be. Okay, anyways, it hooks up to here. And hooks up to here. We need this happening at this thing to operate at 1,000 volts. I am grounded through makeshift stuff here. Turn it on. Turn it on. See what happens. So that's a boost. I do have my negative away from my neutral, so we got normal B plus voltage. Now we need her to go into boost. It's supposed to be 450 volts of boost. No boost. But we didn't think so. So this thing is getting it. Oh, here she jumped up. She jumped up to 200 volts for a moment. Look at that. That's probably why I don't have a proper sound system. So I only have like, let me see, right there. This is jabbery voltage. Nasty shit, spiky. Can I put it down to 200? Now my sound went out. Okay, come back. So I only have, this is on 200 volts, so I only have 55 volts on my flyback or whatever, the boost spot, I think. I'll have to follow that 470 ohm resistor and make sure it's on the plate of that 3BN6. So this is it. Boost voltage of 55 volts. Something's dragging it down. And this will be hot as heck. Oh, no filament, that's boy. I have to get it. I wanted a 27 ohms at 10 watts. It was one of those sandy looking resistor. It was this one. So this is, I think it said 7 watts. Where did I say 15? No, this one said 15. Okay, I gotta test the temperature of this thing. This supposed to be a 4.7 ohms here. I think these are fusible. I got a 6.8 ohms at 5 watts. That gets kind of warm. This thing, rectifier is 6 amps, worth 200 volts. Bought them brand new years ago, never used a one, I don't think. It was the first time on this TV. I don't know what else to say. I think one of these, I think I'm getting a vertical roll because I think that was stabilized when I had it on vertical, and then it started getting gibbery, and I think it started rolling to the right or something. So I can't start it up anymore until I get the flyback happening, I guess. The tube is good. I tested it. I'll test it again. Got good wave shape, I think, at the control grid. Got a good negative 25 volts there. That's it. That's it. Nothing more to say. I wonder if it could be that tube in here, because that thing has a white. It's whited out like this. Not nearly as bad, but this came in a pack of tubes I bought. It's busted in the bottom. Getting gray. Getting old. Yeah, it's cracked. So I guess this is it. Nothing else I can do. My hands are tied. Okay, I did clean this with lighter fluid, the bottoms. I was reading my contact cleaner. It said highly flammable. I read my lighter fluid, highly flammable. And I thought, well, my lighter fluid is less flammable than the contact cleaner. I know that. I don't think lighter fluid is the most flammable thing compared to gasoline. So I usually use lighter fluid because it's said in my guitar books to use that style. You can use for that Napa or whatever it's called, you can use lighter fluid in a replacement of that, and because it's in lighter fluid, and I've been using lighter fluid cleaning fretboards and stuff on guitars and all my life, and circuit boards and stuff. So, but I never used it around for high voltage areas. And I want to go around on the top side of here and check that 2K resistor. That looks like oops, that's still hot. Looks like a 100 ohm resistor or something.